was there a period where that you felt resentful or kind of upset with your mom or your parents because of things?
Well, I want to pause for a second and just tell you and show you I'm holding my right thumb, which is something I only do when I'm like slightly uncomfortable and vulnerable, which is really lovely. I'm glad to be sharing this with you. And normally I don't talk this candidly in this way about these things.
Sure.
So I actually love this moment. I just wanted to name that. I have this from back when I used to suck my thumb as a baby. I still do this. Anyways, so just recognizing our habits, making that mind-body connection.
Is that okay to have this conversation?
Totally.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, only if you're comfortable.
We're all about like agency and creating a safe space, but we're really never going to go your most painful childhood memory. Go.
No.
That's not going to happen.
And I wouldn't offer you that anyway. I thankfully have boundaries and know my edges. But there's just a little bit more sentimentality to this conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when it comes to having resentment for my parents, I will be completely transparent because I feel that I've been more conditioned to not speak ill of anyone else or to assume the responsibility. It's actually been difficult for me to accept that there are some things that maybe didn't go as planned or as that weren't very healthy for a young person, whether my parents meant to do that or not. It's still a process for me, even as an adult, to accept that, if I have some anger around this, there's another opportunity for healing. But in order to do that, I do have to let some of that surface and face it and bring some compassion into it.
The minute you decide to get well, it's not like pink paint gets poured over everything. It's a hot mess wading through the stuff. And as a parent, I mean, my husband and I have been parents for a good 11 years. We adopted our foster kid when he was 5. And as a parent, we don't wake up in the morning and say, how am I going to fuck up my kid? We are literally doing the best we can at all times. And at the end of the day, I look over things and I go, okay, I wasn't 100% there. I didn't do that as well as I could have. But it's a weird thing for me to be in this position. You know, but like as an adult, processing my adult view of my parents and being a parent myself has given me a big space for forgiveness. And a lot of compassion.
And Alyson, I like what you're kind of starting to talk about now, which is allowing yourself to kind of like have some of these feelings come up. Like we're kind of taught like, don't be angry, you have to be forgiving or be understanding, like that kind of, like wholesome, shit. But like, I remember there was a time when I was in a relationship for about 3 years. And at the end of it, the guy that I was dating, out of his own kind of anger and resentment, had like kind of, kind of like kept a lot of like furniture and money that we were supposed to be splitting. And so I was really pissed off, but I remember in the moment being like, nope, I'm not getting mad. I'm not going to get mad. That's his bad energy. And I was talking to my friend about it and trying to be all cool about it. Like I was so evolved. And he was like, you can be mad for a little bit. Like you got to let some of that emotion come out. And I did. And I'm glad I did, because otherwise that shit gets stored in us in really toxic ways.
No. And especially with a performer where the demands are on you as a kid to just kind of be on and ready and pleasant and everything. So
keyword pleasant.
Yes. And having boundaries and having thoughts that kind of deviate from that, did that seem radical to you? Did that seem like a very big deal?
Absolutely. And in my hardwiring is a perfectionist, overachiever. And so I was really great at stifling anything that was counter to being pleasant. And
You're
of course,
guy. You're a gay man.
There's also like,
that's us.